Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and we're back with another Aesop Frock Day. Today, we're going to be reacting to Play Dead. They're suggested by Radiohead in the Sky. So, thank you, Radiohead in the Sky, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, especially if you want to see more Ace on the channel every single Friday. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what Play Dead is all about. Let's see what Aesop Rock got to say. Let's get it.
This is not good. That shit.
Bruh, this intro is just a great example of the production that I love to see from Ace. Just these synth sounds are so gorgeous, man. The textures that he's got coming in here. That first sound is pretty randomized, some type of modulator or something probably on it. Kind of gives a generative type of feel because it starts to kind of go past musical with the pattern it's hitting. It's not really following a rhythm or anything that's like super predictable. But then that hard switch where like that kind of like bass element comes in and it's like wet and squelchy and it's got like this fuzz to it. And there's just so many like nooks and crannies in it. Let's hear that again.
This is not good.
I love that. Ah.
Bad shit, I'm bad shit. My ship's crashed, my zag. I'm all whiplash in that black tent. Black ash on my flag pan. I go zip zap and y'all backspin. Y'all spacecrafts call Mayday. I like tailspins when they backlit and cats scrambling for that safe space. Plays defense around.
Yo, love the feel of this. Kind of bringing me back to Barcade a little bit, which is the first track I actually ever heard with Ace on it. But like the flow, like the abrasiveness of the track, it's aggressive, it's up in your face, he's pushing on the beat. The drums, they're providing some simple structure, not doing too much craziness in there. And then there's really not a lot else going on. We kind of got the drums, we got that like wacky, it's like a almost like a melody and a bass because if you listen closely before we actually get into the verse, that squelchy, fuzzy sound I was talking about, you can hear the sub underneath it. So it must have at least probably two oscillators that are just playing, regular tones, and then has a sub oscillator down below that's holding up the bottom end. Maybe more, but some type of polyphonic synth with a sub oscillator is what I would think is being used here. But really great delivery. His voice kind of melts into that instrument a little bit, but he still comes across very clear. Let's see where it goes.
Tailspins when they backlit and cats scrambling for that safe space. Plays defense around dead zones. Next up, the cold explode. Rest up like a death punch. It rains F up, you F us. Throw episodes and all star maps to get veterans to bring bark bags, bring hellfire and little party hats for those parting ways that they tarmac. Blast off and get whacked.
Yeah, just dirty flow, man. Just disrespectful, honestly. And then we're getting some nice cymbals coming in from the drums every so often, which add a really nice little spot of brightness here and there that while the instrument, like I was saying, it kind of fulfills like a melody and a bass element at the same time. It's still like a very low melody. So then having those cymbals come in and really give us something to shine over the top, even for how brief of a moment it is, really sets the rest of the track off. I love this so far.
Party hats for those parting ways that they tarmac. Blast off and get waxed off. These saboteurs are like pack dogs. I might shoo them off and they boomerang. Line them up and illuminate. It goes ooh and ah and you too late. We got a failure to communicate. And my rear view's a little planet Earth and my calendar is straight doomsdays. Fuel up and I.
Yo, shout out Doomsday, man. Ace got a lot of Doomsday references in the tracks that we've been listening to recently. last week we checked out Untouchable, Ace's track on that Pusha T beat from Timbaland, and he also referenced Doomsday there. And what I thought was really interesting is because I was looking at the Genius, because I always look at the Genius to figure out, like, all right, what am I going to put in the thumbnail for a little blurb and da 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 da, right? After I react and listen to the song. As you know, I like to come in raw, just no knowledge, as little knowledge as possible, really. But it was interesting because I was looking at the Genius annotation. Somebody suggested that Ace mentioning Doomsday there was a reference to like a line previous in the song where he's talking about Jonestown or something like that. And I was like, nah, dog, like maybe it's related to that. It's a reference to MF Doom. I would be hard pressed to hear Ace say Doomsday and any track and not think that it's a reference to MF Doom. Like maybe I'm tripping, but Doomsday is just too on the nose, right?
Third straight doomsdays. Fuel up and I steamroll. You better
Ooh.
moonwalk when that screen scroll. I feed castaways to these gamma rays, and my handshake is all sleeper hold. Ease in and get heave hold with no easy mode and no foul play.
Sleep a hold to like, I think you just said heave hoed. Really creative compound rhymes as always. And great shift here coming into this like organ type of instrument. We got like the keys, it's got like a little vibrato to it, that air that's in the sound. Really just a nice change. And again, bringing that bringing that brightness finally in a more tangible and extended fashion really helps to balance out just the heft and the weight of that first section with whatever we want to call that squelch bass, blah blah blah. Y'all think of a name for that instrument, we'll call it that. Let me know.
Behold, ease in and get heave hold with no easy mode and no foul play. Bounty hunters get found out. Power up or get outpaced. Ease away to 3 a.m. Eat bound freedom and the mayhem. Amen. Amen. Give me a lost world to locate. Get ghost of folk who don't obey. Okay. Okay.
You're almost out of time.
Time is not being a good.
Interesting, nice transitions here. I really didn't expect to have that first instrument from the beginning really come back, especially with that bass and the vocal and everything going on at the same time. It worked well. Really cool, kind of going from like a verse into either the hook and then the post hook or the pre hook and then the hook. However you want to think about it. I don't know that it really makes a difference, but really great balance, especially with in regards to the flow, the way he slowed down when we had the organ coming in. Then it kind of gets a little bit more chaotic when everything comes back in together, minus the organ. And now we're dropping back in to that verse loop from before, and we're getting back to some more familiar ground. And it gives that cohesion back into the track. Really well done.
Okay.
You're almost out of time.
Time is not being a good friend. Smoke is being a good bookend. I'm no joke, I only go full send. Don't poke at the purebred bullhead. Dog fights the call for all fight songs. Start crossing names off the flight log. Might light cigars off the fireball. We are well past any kind of dialogue. Warfare, but I don't warfare. I like rocket fuel in my morning air. I like red buttons under iron fists and my stunt doubles like I quit the kid 360 all side eye. Pluck wild geese.
Yeah. And really great choice of like where and when to rhyme. I think especially with someone like Ace or MF Doom or so many other of the like truly like great rappers that we listen to, is that there's a confidence that comes at a certain point where you almost don't need to rhyme. And Ace always is good about having something close, but just cuz it's close doesn't it's not always necessarily even like a bend or anything. It's just like the sounds are fairly similar and they sound good, you know, in chain with each other, but they don't really actually match all that much. And again, I think we've talked about this before. I've realized, at least to my ear, it's all about those vowels. Your vowels are really what give the word its sound, and then your consonants give the word its shape. And when you can manipulate that, it really, like, the mastery here, as we all are well aware, is just on another level, man. You don't see this from everybody.
Red red buttons under iron fists, and my stunt doubles like I quit. The kid 360 all side eye. Pluck wild geese from that twilight. I go hyper speed and can't drive shit. I just bob and weave and y'all.
I love that side eye to twilight. Again, we're talking about those two eyes. They really are what keep those words sounding, keep those bars sounding similar.
Skydive, lights blinking, my screen's glitch. If I lose it all, I ain't need the shit. I call bombs away, I turn moms away. You're all die alone, I'm on out today. We go eye for eye around pale moons. Fighter pilots find Jesus. I don't tread soft with that special sauce. So you was better off in some mail room. Dumb luck and no late pass. I get gussied up and I gate crash. I'm playing laser tag and playing stupid odds. Tag my name on a fuselage. Outlier in the main event.
Stupid odds to fuselage. Beautiful, gorgeous. That might be one of my favorite compound rhymes I've heard in a long time.
Name on a fuselage, outlier in the main event. I keep downsizing y'all's data set. Infiltrators get checkmate. It's maybe best to just play dead. Ease away to 3 a.m. Eat bound freedom in the mayhem. Amen. Amen. Safe and sound out the crash site. Life forms to refuse the flatline. That's right. That's right.
You don't even care, do you?
Yeah, this is really beautifully done, man. And I didn't mention it yet, but each of the sections, Ace's voice does have its own unique quality. The verse, of course, being the most aggressive, then that first transition into the organ, probably the least aggressive, and then we have that third section transitioning back into the verse from the hook, where now it kind of bridges that gap as the second most aggressive. The samples, great use of them. Love the sample at the beginning. Let's let this one at the end breathe and see what else it connects to.
Forms to refuse the flatline. That's right. That's right.
You don't even care, do you?
Okay. Kind of expected a little bit more to be happening. Interesting. That's one of the few like long fade outs I've seen from Ace. I would say it's like right on that edge. I'm very much like an abrupt ending person. I love it. Just cut it off. I don't care. But I'd say that's like right on the line for me as far as like the length of outro and how it feels. Cause sometimes, you know, especially on older tracks, they'll have like a 40-second fade out, and that's just garbage. That's just garbage. But this isn't anywhere near that long. Regardless, though, that was Play Dead from Aesop Rock. I loved that, if y'all couldn't tell. So thank you to Radiohead in the Sky for the suggestion. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Keep those suggestions coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more videos like this. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes gang, and I will catch you all next time.